There are 5 stages of diagnosis. You don't just find out what you have and go get it fixed. And it's a grueling process. My fibromyalgia diagnosis took a year, and it was a very difficult year. The first stage of diagnosis is the onset of symptoms. That's the moment that you see something is wrong. You know, specifically me, I woke up one morning and my knuckles hurt. The next morning, more knuckles hurt. The next morning, my elbows hurt. The next morning, my shoulders hurt too. And then it was my whole body. And then I got really, really tired and I didn't know what was going on. So the next step is after you acknowledge the fact that there's something wrong and stop going through those moments of saying, oh, well, it's just this. Oh, I just have a cold. Oh, I'm just sad. Oh, I'm just stressed out. Oh, it's just the weather. After we get rid of all the dismissive things that we do, then we do the self-diagnosing, and that's when we get to the Google. And if you can skip this step, skip the step, okay? It doesn't do anybody any good. It's every single time you have cancer and AIDS, no matter what. And probably 10 other things. And at this moment of your self-diagnosing, in your mind, you feel like you have all the things. You're not just picking one and dreaming about that and running with it. You're thinking all of these things. What is the worst case scenario? It's super stressful. This is why we have professionals go to a doctor. So the next step is actually putting your Google away and getting the actual medical testing. And consider these as outstanding symptoms as well. Something that somebody with a hidden disability is dealing with besides the symptoms of the disability. Medical testing is stressful. It's a hard thing to go through. There are the doctors saying, well, it might be these things. And again, your mind is like, wow, what's my life going to look like if I have all of these things instead of just picking one and going with it? There is, me, I'm the person who has to get poked 4 times with a needle to be able to draw blood, and it's awful. It's really stressful. A lot of people have anxiety about going to the doctor. And again, you're actually using your sick days to be sick, which is no fun. Next is whenever you finally get your diagnosis. When you get your diagnosis, for me, it was a relief. Not because I was happy about what I got, but because you finally know what you have. And now instead of looking at this whole big circle of all the things it might be, now you have the one thing that you know it is. And here's what's wonderful about this. You can finally treat it. So if you know anybody, or if you are in the current unfortunate situation of not knowing what you have, before you get that diagnosis, it's a hard time to go through. Because you can't get it treated. Because you don't know what you have. Because you can't have credibility whenever you're trying to discuss what's going on with friends. They think that you're probably, just sad, or it's going to pass, or it's just a phase, or you're just not feeling good. But once you have a word, then you have some power, and you have some empowerment, and then you have a forward path. It's pretty wonderful. And then after that, then you have the treatment selection. That's the final stage, and that's a lifelong stage. You have to choose what you want. You have to weigh, what side effects are you willing to deal with, and then treatments change. And a lot of people who have autoimmune diseases and mental health diagnoses, your treatments stop working. And people have to switch medications or try different medications or have different combinations of medications or even different holistic approaches, which I'm not going to get started down that tangent, but I have some very strong opinions on insurance companies when it comes to that, because there's a lot of wonderful treatments out there that we're not getting access to because our insurance companies